ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Improv Provocateur. Please welcome to the stage your host for this evening, Alex Leam.
Well, it's not really a stage, it's a bit of carpet in my back bedroom. But regardless, hello and welcome to Improv Provocateur. Delayed by a whole hour and a half from the advertised time. Apologies from that. Some of us have got real problems with time, like the Prime Minister, and kept getting us pushed back again and again. But we're here regardless anyway. So 2020 has meant that sadly we've only been able to perform Improv Provocateur live and in person with an actual audience once back at the Leicester Comedy Festival. So online is the way to go in the meantime. So this is the second of our online specials after the absolute train wreck that was the third birthday one that we did back in August. But we're here again for Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween. So I've noticed we've got some comments rolling in already, some people watching already. Roger Bolter is there, says hi. Hi, Roger. A previous player is watching. Say hi yourselves, please. And also keep an eye out throughout the show for banners like this. Suggestions needed. Because we will still depend on your suggestions, a bit like when we're doing it live. So this will give you an idea of what we want next. Okay, so that's just an idea suggestion, bad things to put up on Facebook. Keep an eye out for them throughout the show. And also, if you're enjoying the show and you want to contribute, then please do. We're not going to turn down anything you throw our way, especially what the future has in store over the next month for the live entertainment industry. So support us, please. PayPal.me/Alex Leam and Ko-fi.com/Alex Leam. I'm long over debating whether or not that's pronounced Ko-fi or coffee. I don't know. Some more comments coming in. Erica is here as well. Erica Lear. Hello, Erica. Nice to have you with us. So we're going to get our panelists on tonight one by one. So I'm not going to introduce them. That's the whole point of the first round. The first round is called Here in 60 Seconds. So they have to introduce themselves, talk about themselves in 60 seconds, but under a persona or a guise that I give them. So please welcome our first panelist. We're very lucky to have him. He's regularly done a lot of the shows that I've done on Halloween. Mr. Cock-Kane the Clown. Cock-Kane, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, lovely of you to join us. We haven't spoke since before lockdown happened.
After I stole the yacht.
Yes, you said you coped by stealing a boat in Burton-on-Trent. Are you still on the boat now?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
It's getting cold. It's getting cold.
Right, does that disco light not kick out any heat? No.
No, it's not a Death Star. It is a disco ball.
Right. Okay. That's lovely. So we're going to give you your 60 seconds, and you have to introduce yourself and talk about yourself in a style of our choosing. So that will be, keep going until you hear this noise. I'm guessing you hear that noise. I can hear naffle with these on. Yes?
Yes, I heard the noise.
Good. Right, so Cock-Kane, you have to introduce yourself in 60 seconds in the style of a children's entertainer. Your time...
In the style of a children's entertainer?
Yes, and your time starts now.
Little kids, what have we here? First of all, let's take this stupid thing off my head. There we go. That looks much better, doesn't it? Yes. So, little kids, I like to entertain by going to prison and making sure you have little treats which are flavored of coal and, of course, cucumber. And as you consume them, you will then think to yourself happy thoughts, realizing that the Youth Offenders Institution is no place for you anymore. And you just go in your merry way outside because the lockdown doesn't exist. You have no lockdown at all. You just go home and go to bed. I think that's about 12 seconds. So let's continue. I am a balloon artist, as you can see. There we go. And like I said, with this particular one...
Time's up. Well done, Cock-Kane. 60 seconds. and a lovely pumpkin fascinator that you've got there. That is fantastic. If you're not familiar with Cock-Kane's work, he is all the above that he has said, but he is also a musical artist. So I've got a video from when Cock-Kane was at our show a year ago, back when we could have live shows and have an actual audience. This is you performing one of your seminal classics. So let's have a look.
All you bitches, 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 all you bitches.
One more time, all you bitches, all you bitches.
Maybe you could give us a performance towards the end. Okay, that's excellent. Let's bring on our next act, who will be introducing themselves in 60 seconds. Pippa Hastings, hello.
Hello.
Hello, an excellent sense of urgency there when you turn around. I like that a lot. So Pippa, say hello to Cock-Kane.
Hello, Cock-Kane.
Hello.
Good, introductions done with. So Pippa, in 60 seconds, we need you to introduce and talk about yourself in the style of that poor woman on BBC News 24 who had to keep putting the Prime Minister's announcement off. Okay, so we'll get you onto full screen. Your 60 seconds start now.
And of course, another thing about me is that I have moved around the country many, many times. Is that no? So how many times? Well, I have lived in 20 different houses. We don't talk about the arrests. There's no need to go into that. And are we? No. And I stick bits of nature up around my house. Was that 60 seconds?
No,
That was myself. Sorry.
Behave, Cock-Kane.
Was that the no, that wasn't. Today I carved my first ever pumpkin, and the children couldn't care less. Is that no? It's and we've recently been hearing reports of bicycles.
60. That's 60 seconds. Well done. Nice one. Recently heard reports of bicycles. Fantastic. Can we get a close look at the pumpkin?
You want a closer? Okay. It has fire inside, so I'll be very careful.
Oh. I have an actual candle. This is.
Here it is.
Very nice.
I've never carved a pumpkin before, and I'm very proud of myself.
That's beautifully done. That's beautifully done. Excellent. Some extra applause for the pumpkin. That's very nice. Very nice indeed.
Thank you very much.
And wow, you could throw your voice. Amazing. So welcome our next player, Rosie Francis. Rosie, hello.
Hi.
You've got rid of the cat, I see.
Yeah, I just killed him. Yeah, he's gone now. Sacrificed him,
In keeping with the Halloween theme. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, it's the perfect night. Full moon, sacrifice the cat.
Yes, absolutely.
Month-long lockdown.
Yeah, you've got to do what you've got to do.
I might try and I may reincarnate him as the show progresses. We'll see.
Nice. Okay, so you're going to introduce yourself to the public in 60 seconds in the style of Donald Trump.
Oh.
So your time starts from when you go into the solo layout. Your time starts now.
Oh, so I'm Rosie Francis. This is my very bad accent that I've got going on. So basically, I've been really ill recently, but I got over it. Real quick, and I swigged some bleach, and that's helped a lot. So then I made a real creepy video where I arrived back at my house in a helicopter to show my strength. Other than that, I work in education, so I'll be working on the front line in the next 4 weeks. So basically, the coronavirus, I don't think it's real. Just to put it out there, not real. So This accent needs a little bit of work, doesn't it?
And time, that was 60 seconds. Round of applause for Rosie, please. What I loved about that was A, you completely ignored the fact that he's from New York.
Yeah.
And went straight for Texas, and then towards the end veered off into Jane Horrocks, which was just brilliant.
I am awful at accent, which everybody knows.
No, that was good. That was good. That was good. So welcome.
it.
Our follow player is Allan Lear. Allan, hello.
Hello. Hello. I'm
Hi.
upside down. How are you?
Well, the good thing is that we can see and hear you.
Yeah.
So there we go. That'll do.
There we go.
And I see you. And you took some time before we started to construct the cardboard cutout of Death, who is behind
I've
you.
brought my good friend, the Spectre of Death, and like Pippa, I've also come prepared for the traditional first round of Improv Provocateur. So when you want me to start parboiling my palms, just say the word.
This is a visual representation of what normally is the first round, but we unfortunately we can't do it live because it lacks a bit of the So normally what happens is we get two of you face to face to do a head-to-head scene with a palm held out in front of you, both like this, while an audience member then gently lifts these two lit candles underneath the palms of your hands. The winner is who can stand it the longest. So I mean, I was quite pleased with that because that is the closest that there is to an improv equivalent of a gong show. But that's created some beautifully bizarre moments. Like, for example, Edinburgh last year, we were doing the first scene. We've got one guy in the audience up who got about halfway and he stopped and sweat started to pour down his face. I'm like, go on, you can do it. No, you can lift him. He went, I can't. Why? He goes, I'm a doctor. So that was the first time that the opening round was ever scuppered by somebody remembering their oath. It was brilliant. So we'll crack on with Allan's turn now on this round, seeing as Rosie's cat is now eating her plants.
He's back.
Behind. He's back. He's back.
Back from the dead.
I did
Back from the dead.
witchcraft.
Well
The
done.
cat's called Lazarus. Nice. So Allan, in 60 seconds from when you go onto full screen, you have to introduce yourself and talk about yourself in the style of Harry Potter, which made Cock-Kane drop his phone. So Allan, your 60 seconds starts now.
Okay, well, thank you all for joining us. My name's Allan Lear, and I'm living under a cupboard under the stairs at the moment, but I hope very soon to progress to a boarding school because, frankly, the opportunities for sodomy in this cupboard are limited. I'm very much looking forward to meeting a whole bunch of new people at school, provided none of them are transgender, because those freaks can fuck off. I'm strongly opposed to Scottish independence, but that'll probably be shown in the form of some sort of inept metaphor with centaurs and me shouting a great deal. Isn't puberty awful? Anyway, now we've got through all that, kids, I want you to be on the lookout for a wizard with no nose. How does he smell? Like the undead. Welcome to Halloween. My name's Allan Lear and/or Harry Potter, and I hope we have a beautiful show for you this evening. And I think you'll find.
1 minute. Time's up, Allan Lear. Ladies and gentlemen, Allan Lear. Round of applause for Allan Lear. Saying what we're all thinking about J.K. Rowling. Awesome. So our next round will require suggestions. So my bad for not putting the captions that I've spent all afternoon writing up already. Players will also have to act as audience for shouting out some suggestions. So we need suggestions, please, for where would two people meet? So likely or unlikely places for two people to meet.
Graveyard.
International Space Station.
Oh, graveyard. Nice. Graveyard.
Hospital
and
waiting room.
hospital waiting room. That's cool.
The local spa fueling station.
Did you shout International Space Station on?
I did, yes.
In someone else's home.
That's
In someone else's garden.
come off it. No one's going to believe that. International Space Station. Where was that, sorry?
The Oval Office.
The Oval Office. Erica who's watching said at a funeral. Probably everyone's. Or in the open. Yeah. Kitty Messalina is on saying hell. So hell. Well, what we'll do is we will go with
At an orgy.
a hell orgy. We'll go with hell orgy. Right. So our next round then is questions only. So this will be for two of you guys at a time. So it will literally be speaking in questions only. So the first two. Now this will be interesting because I've never had to show two people on a screen before. So even though I've been using StreamYard for about 2 months now, this could go well or really badly. Let's see. So let's see. So the first two of you will be Allan and Pippa. You're meeting in a graveyard, and you can only talk in questions only. So I think this will mean getting rid of everyone else on screen apart from you two. So the time starts from the instant we get you both.
Have you seen the hand sanitizer?
Do you come here often?
Do you sanitize your hands?
Is that your shroud?
Have you moved it?
Have you lost weight by decomposing?
Are you who I think you are?
Who isn't?
Is your leg on fire?
Is this my leg?
Is it mine?
Didn't I tell you not to play with matches?
Have you got some hand sanitizer?
Do we need hand sanitizer being dead?
Are we dead?
Is that not why they buried you?
Did they bury you?
Isn't everyone buried here?
Have you seen anyone else here?
Have you seen Karl Marx's grave?
Is it the really, really massive one?
Have you ever seen one bigger?
We'll call scene. We'll call scene. Allan the Pippa Lace Showman. Round of applause. So we bring you all back in. That at one point was turning into a plot twist and a tour guide and everything else like that. Before we play round two, before we get Rosie and Cock-Kane, we need suggestions for the next round, audience, all of you that are watching. So we need suggestions, please. Title for an online course. So title for an online course. So next up will be Rosie and Cock-Kane, and you two are meeting at a hell orgy. So you are meeting at a hell orgy and talking in questions.
Is that your leg?
Do I know you?
I've met your... Oh no, I've cocked it up.
Oh, right.
Sorry,
Silly doors. Start again.
Okay. Do you like it here?
Who doesn't?
Did your mum come last time?
I would like to say no, because I haven't asked a question and I've failed.
Oh, that's a statement. Failed. Rosie, I think you win that one. Hands down. Even though we had to restart. So that was interesting. So, who'd have thought hell orgy? Yeah, would get that awkward. That's a trump card for all of us to remember the next time we're playing the questions only game. Did your mum come last time? Outstanding. Right. So on to our next round, which is called online course. So this is for Rosie and Pippa, who will take on the role of teachers of an online course. So based on your suggestions, we will give them the title, but they don't know what I have prepared for them on the PowerPoint presentation. They then have to make whatever online course they're teaching fit in with the slides that I have given them. So you're happy with the expression? You know what you're doing? Yeah, excellent. So the time will start from when my big fat thumbs get or slot out the second screen up. Suggestions that we've had so far, I think we'll go with one that Roger's gone with, which is your course is how to work at home. Okay, so how to work at home. So let's get the online course up. There we go. I think if we could see, I think we'll keep us all in for this one. We'll keep us all in. So your time starts now.
Hello and welcome to this online course with me, Pippa, and
me, Rosie.
Of course, we all know the importance of the topic that we're covering today. So let's get stuck straight in. Rosie.
Yeah, so it is so important whilst you're working at home that you get your old graduation hat out and wear that at all times, because, you know, people really need to know that you've got a degree.
Yeah, that's so true. People can often not realise the qualifications you've had, which is why it's important to wear them somehow.
Yeah, and actually extra points for those people who celebrate whilst wearing them. Hands in the air daily, once a day.
Now, obviously, we all know what this is here. We can see, because it's not perhaps obvious that Boris Johnson can tell the time, as we know from his briefings and announcements. But he chooses to wear a clock to prove that he can tell the time, because obviously it's something that we don't always know about him.
And we advise you in this working from home course to also wear a clock to, you know, to show people that you know how to tell the time, and that should be displayed somewhere so someone can see it on your Zoom call. It is really important that they also know that you know where the big hand is and the small hand.
Yeah, and that you know where the monkey is and the duck.
Absolutely. And if you're struggling, you can use the monkey, duck, bear and cow to help you in these difficult working from home times.
Of course, the monkey, duck, bear and cow will be available as a download at the end of the course.
Wow. So now, obviously, you'll be working from home. And if you are lucky enough to live with people, basically, we do advise that when they do come in, you hide in the cupboard. And when they're not expecting it, you just jump out and shout, "Did you miss me?"
Yeah. We've found that in our research, this really helps morale. It also, during this time where days can just feel a bit monotonous, every day can feel the same. So to bring some energy into the room, into the home, and into your working day, this is a great way to really invigorate your working relationships as well. It's important to make yourself well hidden, possibly wait a few hours, so that the person may not even realise there's anyone in the house before you leap out screaming.
Yeah, if you can, go to someone else's house. If you do, unfortunately, do live on your own, do break into someone else's house and hide in their cupboard, and then extra points for you guys.
Obviously, it's worth pointing out here that due to restrictions, entering someone's home, that would need to be a working situation or a childcare situation, I believe. So perhaps you could agree to look after their children and then hide with the children in the cupboard under the stairs. And then
make it a fun game. Make it a group fun game.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right. So your children are at home, obviously, if the schools are closed. So fun game to play with your kids whilst you're working from home. Human centipede. Yeah. So fasten your children together. You know, it doesn't have to be full human centipede. They can just wear a face sling. And that will echo the that'll echo what the film was trying to show them. And this teaches them about hygiene. It teaches them about good digestion. And, of course, put your least favourite child in the middle.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, we need to consider the impact of children with working from home, because if you do have some children as employees, then they'll need still need different breaks and a working environment. And one of those things, of course, is a good night's sleep.
To summarise,
yes. Well, carrying on from the working with children, of course, this is how we can all feel after trying to complete a working day, whilst also homeschooling, which is why it's great that the schools are staying open, of course.
Absolutely.
But it's important to recognise if you ever do have these feelings of wanting to murder your colleagues, just notice it, clock it.
Scratch your head. I see. So this is really important for your working from home routine, ideally. So if you fear that your vision is blurry, do drive to Barnard Castle. Because this will be a great way for you to test your eyesight. And if you can, obviously do take your wife and children with you as well. That will help. Make a day of it. Fuck it. Make a day of it. And that will help your mental health.
Yeah, but a warning, if obviously you have decided to check your eyesight through a long drive with your family.
Actually, Pippa, I think there's something going wrong with the PowerPoint. You seem to have put in a slide of your ex-boyfriend in this one. Yeah. I don't know how that got in. I did check it last night when you sent me it.
My ex-boyfriend also seems to be hidden inside a hat, and a person is wearing a hat.
Yeah.
I don't know who that person is, but yeah, amongst the fur is definitely. But moving on then.
Yeah, of course. So live, laugh, love. I mean, it's an important motto that we all need to take away from working from home. If anything,
words to laugh by, words to love by.
Yeah, if anything, etch it into your walls with that old compass you've got from GCSE Maths. That will help. Seeing a positive message on the wall every day when you move from your bedroom to the kitchen.
Yes. And on the topic of moving, it's really important to stay mobile. So one of the ways we recommend to keep moving in your house is to just run around the house screaming red rum, perhaps every time you go to get a drink.
That's it. Or if you need the toilet, red rum. That's what you do, just to tell your family that that's what's happening. Use it as your safe word for working from home.
Also, by screaming it in a kind of a blood-curdling scream, the neighbours can also be reminded that they need to keep active as well.
Excellent. With that, we'll call scene, ladies and gentlemen, Rosie and Pippa. Outstanding work. Outstanding. Amazing. A couple of comments that came in just during that. Alex Evans, who was watching, said he's still on British summertime. And makes the valuable point that if your eyesight is shit, you'll know if you crash into a lorry. So, fair enough. Fair enough. Kitty Messalina is back with a lecture title, so she's thinking this could go into a lecture series. The failures of Tier 1 to 3, a simple 5-point plan to effectively manage COVID-19 with alternate methods. Deep, Kitty. Deep. In fact, you've made Rosie's cat go with that statement, who's just now left the room completely. So do keep your suggestions coming in and your comments as we go through. Oh, he's back. There we are. Yeah, he's here. Next round.
I learned a lot from that. I made notes all the way through, and I've got, I don't know if you can see, I've got the 3 children there with my least favourite in the middle of the human centipede. I've got a picture of me and what I assume a face sling looks like. And at the top, I've got, in the event of blurred vision, go to Bernard's Castle. So I really took a lot down from that. Well done.
Good. I'm glad.
Of course, I'll do it again.
Excellent. It was meant to be a suggestion for the next slideshow. Yeah, we believe you, Kitty. We believe you. So on to our next round, which is called group therapy. So in this round, Cock-Kane the clown is the therapist. And he is conducting a group therapy session between Allan, Pippa, and Rosie. But as they conduct the session, as Cock-Kane attempts to counsel them all, to come to sort of resolution, to some sort of understanding. And as Allan, Pippa, and Rosie talk about their issues, they all have to work in some pre-written lines. But instead of dipping into a pot, they will appear on screen, and you have to work that into what you're saying. And all of the pre-written lines come from our guest publication, in keeping with the Halloween theme, the most satanic of books, Jamie's 30-minute meals.
Oh, I thought it was Jamie's 30 minute meals.
Yes. That would really eke things out a bit if Panic Buying starts again. So I shall disappear. The only thing I will be doing in this round is I will be popping up on screen the pre-written lines you all have to work in. Okay.
And are the pre-written lines like specific to each person, or do we just take it in turns to grab one?
Take it in turns to grab one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All clear. Off I go. Therapy session.
What do you three lovely people want to know? Let's start with the Rosie girl.
Yeah. So, like, I can't.
I charge by the minute.
Okay, I'm sorry. Apologies. This is tough. This is really difficult for me. But essentially, I can't stop meeting groups of more than 6 in public, like strangers, dogs, cats.
And do you take the bus, or do coach, or train?
Well, I mean, I try to take all public transport if I can. So I just want to help skyrocket you to another level. Yeah.
That reminds me of food.
But I just feel like, Rosie, like I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of turn here, but I feel like, because you're constantly meeting, you're trying to meet groups of more than 6. I feel like, you may be busy, but you still need to eat.
I concur.
I have stopped eating.
Allan, the boy with the crayon on his face. What have you got to say?
Well, I mean, I'm having a very similar problem to Rosie, really, but in a different setting. My problem is I'm addicted to Zoom. I only found out about Zoom when the lockdown started. Now I can't get enough of it. I'm doing this all the time. In fact, I don't even know if I need to be here. I just saw that you did a Zoom consultation, and I went for it. And one of the things that they say about Zoom is that whatever problems you may have on the screen, the eggs, always large. Always large eggs on
every
Zoom.
time. Yeah. You know what, Allan, I have the same problem, and sometimes I've got so many Zoom calls on at the same time, like one on my phone, one on my computer. I've somehow got a Zoom call on my TV.
Sort out your equipment.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I've been
Sorry,
doing.
I didn't realise I wasn't zipped up.
Like, oh, right. I thought you meant like
awkward
devices. But I just so many Zoom calls.
Can I just come in and give a quick word about microwaves? Because I feel like
completely agree.
I feel like they're really important actually to this conversation. In the sense that I don't want to be one of those conspiracy theorists, but I think my microwave's giving out some
heroin. It's giving out heroin, isn't it?
Giving out some dangerous substances.
I read somewhere that microwaves operate on the 5G frequency, so that's I agree.
That's what I was worried about that, to be honest.
You know what? There's a lady on my street, and she's got a microwave, and she tripped over in the street the other day.
Well, I mean, that's proof, isn't it? If ever there was proof.
Did you get the 1 liter jug for drinks to celebrate her falling over?
Well, no, we just said, I need you to get into the 30 minute meal frame of mind.
Because you can't cook in your microwave, so you've got to have smaller meals.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, she must have reacted to that badly after the fall.
Because she was having such big meals. With the microwave.
Sure. She should just enjoy a fantastic spread for less.
I think that's a bit insensitive considering she was flat out on the ground. Now you're saying that.
I know, but sometimes we have to take the opportunity to give these messages to people.
Otherwise, it's just too risky. You get a microwave, just trip over.
Exactly. I mean,
Pardon
what a
the
6-hole
expression.
muffin tin?
Yes, that's
What I like to
was
use
thinking.
as an insult now.
So now, now you've mentioned 6-hole muffin tins. I think they're great for lockdown because you can play a round of crazy golf in your own living room.
I find them quite. I refuse to use them. I only use a 1-hole muffin tin from now on, or a non-stick baking tray, medium roasting tray. But
Just for like one giant muffin. I mean, just for yourself. Like, yeah, it's
So
important.
tell me
Self-care
about
is important.
your issues with the salad boys.
Yeah, well, I've had they've been using 2 forks to toss.
which I mean, when it comes to salad, it's just not right, is it? You know,
No,
you're meant
I mean,
to use salad tongs.
Exactly, or a spinner.
Yeah, or so long as they were, you know, a wooden spoons, wooden utensils, but they're just using forks. They're scratching the salad bowl.
The leaves, they're scratching the leaves. As
they're
Rosie
destroying
said,
the
get
salad.
a carousel for your coleslaw.
And scene. Nice one. Well done, everybody. Mutual applause for everybody. Nice. I was actually, I'd ran out of lines, but I was just engrossed with the venom about scratching bowls when using forks to toss. I've never considered that before. Yeah.
But it's interesting that Cock-Kane said get a carousel for your coleslaw, because what rapid centrifugal force and coleslaw have in common is they both make me vomit uncontrollably.
Wow. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Is this your card? Hang on, other side. I can't remember. No, that's a. Is this your card? I can't see. Can I see? There we go.
Have you tattooed a card onto yourself?
Wow.
There we go.
You have, haven't you? You've tattooed
Quite
a
a
card.
level of commitment.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Alex Evans suggests a spoons visit for a 1-litre jug. So Alex is advocating going on the nick in Wetherspoons, which is no bad thing. So our next round is called Stand Up From Home.
Remember to stay 2 meters away from everyone whose pocket you're picking.
Yes.
I suggest using one of those litter grabbers that they have in schools.
Or an Izettle. You can skim people's... Anyway, let's not advocate actual theft. So on to our next round, which is called Stand Up From Home, also known as Change Your Tune. So in this round, I will be getting one of the players who will volunteer in a moment for it. I will offer it up to everybody. They have to make up a stand-up routine based on a suggestion, either from the audience to get typing now, or from one of us guys. They then have to start a routine about it being all positive and up and all in favour of the routine. But when I hear the sound effect of the whistle, they're then going to instantly change to being down on it and hating it, going back and forward every time they hear that noise. So suggestions, please, for a stand-up comedy topic that's been done to death or something Halloween-themed. Any thoughts? So COVID... Roger is straight in there with COVID. So that covers quite a lot. Any advance on COVID? He's back with pumpkins. Not really a great deal of comedy can be mined from pumpkins. The Johnsons. Nice. Children. From Kitty, yeah. So I like that one. That's got a sinister edge to it. Going to a personal trainer from Erica. That's got something to it. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Actually, we'll go with Erica's suggestion. Alex Evans says Jimmy Carr. That'll be sort of meta doing material about a comedian. You'd be in Stuart Lee territory with that one. We'll go with Erica's suggestion. Going to a personal trainer. Any volunteers?
Yeah, I've been doing that recently.
Excellent. Okay, right. So we'll get that out of the way. So, Allan, your time will start from the instant you go full screen. Allan Lear, everybody.
Thank you. Hi, thanks for joining us. God, are you okay? You having a good time? I just flew here, and boy, is Ryanair shit. Okay, so I want to talk to you about personal trainers, because my wife's recently started taking up a personal trainer. It's fantastic. I pay her £300 a month, and she spends 3 hours a week with a 28-year-old former footballer. She comes home knackered and happy, and I don't ask any questions. It's fantastic. It means I get plenty of time. I get plenty of time to read, and she stops poking me in the middle of the night. It's one of the finest financial arrangements ever. And I actually started joining in myself. I've started doing a single personal trainer session once every week, and I've already discovered the first secret of exercise, which is it's shit and I hate it. I had my second session last week, and it was fantastic. The only problem with it was that I spent 10 minutes on an exercise bike which had a saddle made out of granite and razor blades, but it was well worth it for the sheer rush
Keep going, wrong sound effect.
that you get from hearing peculiar harmonies in the background, which is my head is spinning, I think, from all the blood that rushed to it while I was doing my squats. The downside to it was that I've completely lost my place thanks to those harmonics now. But the downside to doing it, I was supposed to get some sort of staggering endorphin rush from my first session. I've done 3 sessions. I'm still waiting for that first endorphin rush. I mean, do they send it by parcel force or what? How long are they locked down? So either way, it doesn't matter, because the important thing is you're getting fit. And you know what they say about fit people? They don't die of COVID. So that's a hugely important thing that's going to happen to me. And I got that tip from Jimmy Carr, who I'm only going to mention in the positive section because he's got lawyers, lots and lots of big posh lawyers. So I'm not going to mention him again.
And on that bombshell, we'll call scene Allan Lear, everybody. It was a straight up choice between dropping this and clapping, so I sort of did both at the same time. I turned it into a bongo, which is weird. Nice. Okay, well that amused me anyway. The bongo playing and Alan's stand-up. Nice one. And weaving Jimmy Carr in there as well. Bonus points to you. So our final round, ladies and gentlemen, our final round is called Xylophone is Banned. So this is an alphabet game. So this is for all 4 of our players who will be taking on the persona of that much loved and maligned individual, the charity mugger. Remember those when we could be in streets and be close to people? They'd be there with their clipboards trying to get money out of you. Alex Evans really enjoyed your last set. He just put, Alan, you ledge.
Thank you.
Possibly the most butch comment I've ever had on any one of these shows. You ledge. You fucking legend. Nice. So suggestions needed for a charity, real or fake. So there's this
We won't go for cancer research like last time, Alan.
No.
When we did that kids
Lepers
show.
United. Lepers reunited.
Rappers reunited.
Lepers.
Okay. Lepers. Okay.
Rappers.
Well, you might be getting D12 back together.
What about a charity that would just no one would care about at all? Shelves for dogs.
Shelves for dogs.
Yeah, shelves. Shelving
Station rescue.
Organization units for dogs.
Shelves for dogs.
Okay. Erica's
Like a concentration camp.
No.
Erica's just suggested we start a collection for Tony Slattery, that's interesting, Erica, because she told me he's watching. So that'll be fun. Erica says hi, Tony, and so do all we. Hello. On a side note, don't forget to join us for Awkward Question Time tomorrow night, in which he will feature, as well as Alan will be back as well. Charity, raising money for underprivileged MPs from Kitty. I think we have a winner. So you are all raising money for underprivileged MPs. It's putting it back by an hour and a half.
To set a fundraising record.
Hey! Oh, shit. Rim shot. There we go. Okay. I know what I'm doing, honestly. Okay, lovely. Fundraiser. Get Alex Leam's cybernetic upgrading. Thanks, Kitty. Yeah. Right now, I wouldn't say no, to be honest. I would like my mind meld. Right. So let's start at a random point in the alphabet, which you've got to loop back because starting at A got a bit too easy. So we're going to start from K and go all the way back round to J. So when I disappear, we'll go clockwise from Cock-Kane the Clown. Okay. So time starts from when I disappear. You're fundraising for underprivileged MPs.
You want to knife them. Knife! Knife them! Knife them! That's what they need. Knife, so they can do the cuts to their budgets. That's why they're underprivileged. Knife them. You need to knife them.
Let them have something this year. I mean, what have they had? They have meals provided to them at the Houses of Parliament. Now, I feel like we just need to give them something else. And only you can do that. Thank you.
MPs, money. Now, those are two things that we don't think really go together enough. MPs need more money. Think of the mansions that they can't pay the mortgages on. Obviously, they don't have mortgages because they own their mansions, but I bet they wish they could have mortgages. I bet they wish they could just be like the average man. They need money, and that money needs to come from people who are not MPs, so that they can keep paying for mattresses and mugs and more things.
Not only does Boris Johnson live in a tiny terraced house in the middle of London, but on his £150,000 wage a year, he can't even afford a watch.
Oh dear. I'm talking about the Scottish Nationalist Party. And that's the end of them.
Was that the bell? No. Sorry. Pay an MP $1 million and they will take the piss out of the public for a year. But pay them $1 billion and they'll take the piss out of the public for a lifetime.
Quality lives are being wasted on the average people, when really the quality lives should be for the MPs who need quids more than they currently have. Think of all the quality streets or other chocolates that are going to waste that could be consumed by MPs. Those poor, lonely, well-fed MPs who need a better quality of life.
Rashford should try doing it if he thinks it's so fucking easy.
Sexy cat over there behind you, Rosie, is eating your plan to bits. It's like it's going to peel off the wallpaper. And that's the problem with MPs. They have no wallpaper. They don't have curtains. They just have big lights to show off their entire consequential TARDIS-like homes. So massive on the inside. And no wallpaper. No wallpaper whatsoever. That's why they need funding. That we need to get Lawrence Bluet and Bowen in and just redecorate, just knock it all down and start again. Turn it into a block of flats so then they can charge rent for the people.
Tear down the walls between the general public and the MPs. Make us the same. Because they need to understand that they can have our privilege and we can have theirs. And I just don't really feel as though they're getting the respect that they deserve. You know, they make great, fast decisions. They're always on time to meetings. I really respect what they're doing to protect this country in these tumultuous times. And I feel as though we need, if anything, let's club together as a country and let's start making them pack-ups. Let's give them pack-ups and give them, because they've already got those food vouchers for the restaurants in Parliament. But instead, let's do it ourselves. Let's bog standard people start putting together maybe a ham sandwich, an apple and a drink and giving it to those poor MPs who without our support would possibly starve.
Underpaid, underfunded. Are these words that make you think of an MP? Of course they are, because that's exactly true. These poor, underpaid, underfunded MPs are often having to eat scraps from 5-star restaurants. When I say scraps, obviously it's perhaps a 7-course tasting menu. But these
Swan.
of
Probably Swan.
It's a sad way to live. It's as though they are under an umbrella of privilege. And I know that you don't want them to have to carry that burden alone, which is why we're asking you to help with these underfunded MPs.
Very few people realise how tough our MPs have it. For example, not so long ago, our own Home Secretary was forced to dip into her own private savings in order to organise a £3,000 round flight to Israel so she could give away some of our country's secrets to a foreign power. Is that the sort of sacrifice you want your Home Secretary to be making?
Why not put your hands in your pocket like Rudy Giuliani and pull out something for those lovely MPs and make sure they go with something satisfying in their pockets?
Zing! With an X will be the sound that MPs make.
I'll allow this. No, I'll allow this.
Will be the zing. Xing. Obviously, if that's what we were all thinking the spelling said. We will ring out. We will smash our pans in the street shouting zing for these underprivileged people to support them in the best way we possibly can. So please donate as much as you can, because otherwise these pillars of society will not be able to help us anymore.
Yachts for MPs. Our MPs often have to resort to using transport with other people on board, which is why we are campaigning for yachts for MPs. Yachts that can also be used on land. Yachts for MPs will ensure that MPs don't need to travel with the rest of us. Obviously, they deserve their own exclusive transportation that's also incredibly luxurious. Think, yachts for MPs. They need you and your yacht.
Zoophile David Cameron has been carrying around the same dead pig's head for 10 years. Can you imagine how manky it has got in that time? Zealously dip into your pockets and fund a new pig's head for David Cameron.
Beautiful. We're on to Cock-Kane for A. So we're doing A to J, last off the alphabet. So let's pick up the pace a bit for the last bit. So Cock-Kane.
Annul your marriage. Get your Picard-like hands into your pockets. Spread them wide. Pull out the credit card. Put it in the bin. on in front of me, and I will pay for them. I will look after them. They will have all their colander span coleslaw forever. Just on my lovely little yacht. A so lovely yacht with all the fresh place to put pigs' heads. Everything available for the cat as well, as it magically appears.
Okay, pacier still.
Bring us your money.
Good, good.
Can you live with a little bit less money? Well, you should, and you should give your money to MPs so that they can buy cats.
Do you want to be the kind of country where the MPs are turning up in barely new tailored suits and with only the tiniest of caviar stains on their cravats? No, give generously to the MPs' funds, because without proper feeding and shelter, how will they ever have the energy to continue voting more money to themselves at the expense of all the rest of us?
Everything you give will go straight to them and their offshore accounts.
Fucking put your hand in your pocket now.
Girls, are you spending too much money on menstrual products that are also taxable? Well, pay less of that and give it to MPs.
Hey guys, are your girls spending too much money on taxable menstrual products? Fuck them off and give the money to MPs instead.
What have you got to say for yourself, Alex? Why are you on the show?
I'm adding a sense of urgency as we get to the last three letters.
I don't know why you haven't given money to them before. Do it.
Jackfruit. Why are you spending your money on that, you silly vegan dicks?
Yes!
Give the money to MPs.
Finally, of course, I can get behind. Yes. Excellent. We've come to the end of the alphabet as well. Excellent work. Excellent work. Just judging by the comments, your cat managed to upstage all of us throughout all of that. So lots of people just very much enjoying the added entertainment of Rosie's cat. So we have come now to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. You would be pleased to know, however, that due to copyright regulations on most of these streaming services that we are on, we can't do the punishment song, which is how we would normally end the show. So we'd normally end the show with playing 3 songs in, and the audience would choose the lamest. And that would be tethered to wherever we are. So when we've done it in Edinburgh, Scottish artists. When we've done it in Leicester artists. Yes, Alan?
Christmas carols, they'll all be out of copyright.
Oh, yes. Now you're talking. Thanks. Duly noted. Carols.
That's perfect for Halloween.
Perfect. No. There may well be a Christmas special.
Bloke dies and come back. What could be more Halloweeny than that?
Absolutely. If we are plugging things that are coming up as well, if you have enjoyed Allan, and if you have enjoyed indeed myself, you might even enjoy this that is coming up at Ruffle Comedy Club in Derby on the 6th of December, if the lockdown does what it's saying that they're doing and we'll be out of it by then. So fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed. So Sunday, the 6th of December, the Tony Slattery Improv Show at Ruffle Comedy Club in Derby. And also tomorrow night, this is Improv Provocateur. I need that cybernetic implant. Tomorrow night, awkward question time with Tony and Allan as well, and myself, and 3 other people. I know what I'm doing all of the time. So Adam Money says, top job, people. Thanks for joining us, Adam. But it's now time to announce the winner. The winner shall receive the much coveted and much admired Improv Provocateur Handsome Certificate, which will be delivered as a PDF because it's safer. So let's get some tension music. see how long this plays before Celador takes us off air because of copyright infringement. The winner of Improv Provocateur's Halloween special is...
If you're watching on catch-up, your votes won't be counted, but you may still be charged.
10 of that voiceover cost, and it's never got a laugh. Well, we have joint winners. Rosie and Pippa, ladies and gentlemen, have jointly won the Halloween special and win this Improv Provocateur handsome certificate, which, yeah, there we go, signed as well. So it's your first one. So it's the
I'd like to thank my mom.
Oh wow, this is just we've been training for this for about 3 years. This means so much. Thank you to the spirit level that I have here. I have a spirit level.
Your pumpkin. Don't forget the pumpkin. Thank the pumpkin.
Thanks to Bob for
we couldn't have done it without Bob. Yeah, thank you, Bob, and the headless woman who's just here.
She's been great, so supportive.
You got also have to thank my short-term memory being really bad because I forgot your cat's name. Because at one stage I was just going to give it to your cat as the winner.
It's Bob.
Bob. I can stick Bob's name on there as well.
Don't replace my name with Bob's name.
No, you're right.
I mean, he can get his own.
You're right. It's basically just a fucking beauty contest these days. Oh shit, we're still on. Hi, well done, guys.
I've added Bob's name.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, he deserved it.
He does deserve a mention.
His attacking of the plant really did.
It's a great piece of performance art to go.
It was.
Yeah, up down it like that. That's cool. So before we
go,
guys,
have you got his Edinburgh show? It was his one-man day of the Triffids before Edinburgh got cancelled.
I've watched
Mr. Wyndham's novelled.
What he said. Yeah. So before we go, have you guys got anything you want to plug?
Yes, I do. I've got a comedy show at Jesters in Farringdon in London on Monday night, a stand-up comedy show, and another one in Shoreditch on Tuesday. So come along, get your laughs in before the country go into misery.
You're booked up before it all closes down.
Yeah, and on Thursday as well. So maybe before midnight on Thursday, I've got another show in Camden. Let's hope that I can. Yeah, hope that will go ahead. Don't know if it will. But if you're in London next week, come.
Also, Rosie and Pips at Rosie and Pips are on Instagram. So follow us. And we post funny things. Well, I mean, we haven't posted anything in ages, but follow our personal accounts. But we're going to be posting more because we can't see anyone in real life now. So everything's going to be on a screen.
Excellent. Allan, I've plugged a couple of the big things that we have coming up. Is there anything else I might have forgotten?
No, I think you've thoroughly plugged me.
I have thoroughly plugged you. Should I quickly plug you again? There we go.
Why not? I've got space.
Nice. Cock-Kane, have you got anything coming up? Have the River Police caught up with you for stealing that boat?
It's a yacht. They want to give to the MPs.
Okay. Very nice. But anything else?
Full of Marmite. I've got as much Marmite as possible.
Nice. Okay. Very, very, very subtly done. Inflating paint. Alex Evans' final comment. Bob always wins. Don't you just know it? So that is it. Thank you very much to everyone that has watched, commented, and thank you to my panel, our special guest, Cock-Kane the Clown, Rosie Francis, Pippa Hastings, and Allan Lear. We shall be back for a Christmas special, and just announced today, after I did the closing credits, so I couldn't animate it in time. There will be one in November as part of a sort of an online equivalent version of the Nottingham Comedy Festival, which I'm guessing I probably shouldn't have even mentioned now because I don't think it's going to be announced till tomorrow. But fuck it, it's out there anyway. So until we meet again next month, or maybe not, or maybe in December, it is goodbye from all of us, and thanks again for watching. Goodbye.
Thanks.